Good evening, everybody. We're here to rumble in the Nexus tonight between the Div A teams. Start slow and taper off in Salt Team 6. Alright, apparently they don't have my stream information. There we go, Coffee with Sil here. And how dare this guy not have this? He's like my buddy, too. So anyways, I hope everyone's doing well tonight for this Rumble. We're still waiting for a team member, so we don't quite have a filled out lobby yet, but we'll get there soon. So we can go ahead and switch over and take a look at these map picks and bans. Majesty, you're just gonna have to wait, my friend. It's coming, I swear. Alright. Infernal Shrines, gone. Alterac Pass, gone. And Volskaya, gone. BOE, gone. These teams are going to a 2-lane map, so hopefully we'll see a brawl out with the Bruisers in top lane on Braxis. But what will they pick? Will they pick a rotating NG, Brightwing, Globals, those kinds of things? We won't know. Alright, I'll let them know. No problem for the cast here. There's, of course, lobby banter going on right now. Love to see the games here in NGS. We're still waiting for 2 players for Team 2. Start slow and taper off, so hopefully their homies get here in time, although it's not really a big deal. Waiting for that. Everyone seems to be on board with being a little bit late. There is a rule in NGS that if there's a start time, I think it's 15 minutes. I'd have to double check the rules, but if you agree with the other team, there's usually good faith with it, so it's not really that big of a deal. So anyways, does anyone who's in chat have any idea what these teams might play in this game? For this map, I'm not sure. I don't know them too well. I know a couple of these guys on both teams, actually. I've seen them around. Yeah, a lot of them have been in NGS for a really long time because we're all nerds and we love this game, and hopefully we do get a new HOTS coming out soon. I saw a rumor about that, but we'll have to see. Alright, we're just waiting for the big deal now. That's right, the big deal. I think that's who they're talking about. Then we'll be able to get this show on the road. They do indeed. They promised me synergy portraits right here, so Team 1 is definitely pulling out all the stops with the Ninja Lily. If you haven't seen it, you'll see it later. What? No, they can't cast? What? Talking about forfeiting? No forfeiting. I absolutely forbid it. We need blood and brawl for this game. Okay, hopefully they're getting a sub. It does look like there might have been a little bit of miscommunication with Team 2 for this game, so crossing my fingers that we do get this game. If not, you guys might end up watching me play ARAMs for the evening. That won't be that much fun. It'll be much more fun to watch these NGS teams duking it out tonight. Dark Knight says down to just do Stitches Brawl, I can see. Now, both teams are forfeiting. I don't think, you know, if both teams forfeit, I think that means it cancels them out, right? Has there ever been a brawl casted for NGS? I don't think so, Ragu. Maybe. I could be wrong. I haven't been here for all the years. It's, by the way, season 20. That's a lot of seasons that NGS has been going on. So we've got to give props to everyone who's helped keep these games alive and this league alive. It's a lot of work. A lot of people behind the scenes, programming, team organization, disciplinary committee, those kinds of things to help things keep running smooth, make sure that the games are fair. So props out for everyone who is involved with that. So thank you so much for providing that so that we can all nerd out on this game. Meanwhile, I think, instead of me prattling on, as much as you probably are not really enjoying that, I can go ahead and go to a short, old-school commercial. This is something that Taco helped me out when I first started casting, and it's just a link to old-school videos. So I'll go to that while we wait for our lobby to fill out. We'll be right back. Don't leave.
You shall pay for this treachery! Come and take your punishment!
It's boom time! Pedal to the metal! Let's get this party started! And I'm out of here!
Are you trying to show me up? You're a bother! My wrath takes form!
Calling for a retreat! Smell you later!
Light condemn you!
Oh, yeah!
This is gonna be too much fun. Someone should probably stop us.
It's not easy being queen. So many subjects to keep in line. So many scores to settle. I am the swarm. And vengeance has never looked this good.
Hey, y'all out there. If you're gonna get through the summer, you need stamina. You need strength. You need Takis Finley's Bust Your Ass Workout. You want a beach body for the first time in your timid little life? Well, I got the toughest fitness program in the multiverse. But you cannot argue with results. I guarantee I can turn anybody into a rock-solid hero!
Looks like you need a timeout!
Takis Finley, Bust Your Ass, and Takis Finley are not responsible for damage inflicted by cannonballs, ghost pirates, enemy minions, garden terrors, web weavers, dragon knights, or immortals. Please consult the sport class to determine if Bust Your Ass is right for you. All sales final. As I was saying, I can transform any... Now listen, you know none of this is legally binding, right? Hell, it's about summertime. Ignorance will be your undoing!
No one can stop me!
want original or extra crispy? Smells like victory.
My realm stands in defiance of the Raven Lord. Now his armies assail us, led by his most sinister generals. Whitemane, Witch of the Hollow. Maiev, Spider Warden. The Phantom Knight, Zarya. Alexstrasza, Aspect of Undeath. What say you, heroes? When darkness falls, will you cower in fear? Or will you stand and fight?
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got draft going. Let's go. Game 1 between Salt Team 6 and Start Slow, Then Taper Off. Everyone give Opie a clap. Thank you for coming in and filling so that we can get this game on the way. I do believe they are the sub. And first of all, they're like, get out of here, Greek Fire. We do not want to see your Lucio. Sorry, Greek. It's not going to happen in this, maybe even in this entire series. I've seen your Lucio. I understand why they banned it. Alright, what is Dark Knight gonna choose? Counting down to the last moment. The first ban is Junkrat. Very good on points here, and this is, you know, an objective-based map. Trying to get the Zerg wave here, so fair ban, fair ban. Someone over there plays Junkrat and they don't want to see it. Getting caught in traps, getting blown up, popped around everywhere. Nobody wants it. Real 22, yes, I know, finally we got a game. And they also said forget about that Genji. Genji, pretty powerful on this map. Can rotate quickly. Clear Zerg, put a lot of damage out in the Zerg wave, so great ban. Map specific, might be targeted towards one of these players over here. Next ban. Will it be map specific or a target ban? Orphea, that is a target ban for someone over there. Someone is an amazing Orphea player, does not miss their skill shots ever, so they just don't want to see it. Orphea is one of those mages that is, you know, on at level 1 and just can murder people immediately. Speaking of murdering people, Lu takes Stuk off over here, also very powerful on the point, but also showing that they're not going to have a cleanse. Hey Hoku, nice to see you in chat. And Greek takes that Vala along with this guy. Sorry, not Greek, is playing Vala. Blah. Pardon me, chat, I'm old. Greek taking the Oriole and this guy on the Vala. Good battery for the Vala player. Let's see what the next 2 picks will be. Chromie, and a Nubarak. I like that. We'll see if there's going to be a time loop Chromie or a Sans Chromie. Chat, what do you think? Stretch! I'm stretching, I swear I'm stretching, Majesty. Ugh. Sorry I don't have a caster cam. I've been too lazy to set it up. Alright. Last bands for each team. Val's sad. They don't want that global hero to rotate up onto their top lane to get a kill on their bruiser. So, fair. And last ban for start slow. What shall it be? Garrosh. Alright, who's the Garrosh player over there? Is it you, Dark? Ragu? Ogle the Great? I do not know. But you will not be playing it this game. Next picks. What shall it be? Alright, Muradin. Solid tank. Pretty good in most situations. I really appreciate the candy Muradin there. That's one of my favorite skins. And, ooh, Nazebo. Something you don't see often on this map in particular, but could see some interesting combos there with a zombie wall. Also great for push. Last two picks, Yrel and Jaina. That is double mage on this map. They're looking to blow things up and make sure that they have plenty of Zerg wave clear over here on start slow. And Ragu, what will Ragu pick? Maybe Rag? Are they a Rag player? I do not know. We shall see. Maximizing psychological pick. No, oh my goodness! Double heals versus double mage. Let's go. Alright, folks. What draft do you like better? Type it in chat and let me know. This is spicy. I already like where this is going for both these teams. We've got a Greek fan over here with Fox. Welcome, Fox. All right. Let's go ahead and transition over here. Hopefully Xenochrist is not playing for the other team. They notice the portrait synergy with the Dark Ninja Lily over there. That's okay. Maybe the next game, start slow and taper off, will pick some portrait synergy. Everybody knows that you get, you know, +5 armor or something like that. All right, let's go ahead. Dark is riding the choo-choo train on that Muradin. Ragu on the Oriel. We did have some pick. Ogle the Great on that Nazebo. And up top here, we've got Greek Fire on Lily with that same skin as the portrait. And this guy playing Vala on this side. Opie is playing Jaina. Shadow Droid on the Chromie. Xenochrist on the Anubarak. Lou on the... Is it Lou Therons? Maybe? On the Stukov. And up top, we've got Zero Day on the Yrel. Alright, they weren't kidding about the Lily. Love to see the chat. We'll take a look at these lovely talents as we see the initial scuffle here. Time trap being cooked out. And we have a cute build on the Chromie. Big stun coming out on Greek Fire. Silence and barely getting by. Well, luckily, guess what Lily has? She has fast feet. But that combo almost wiped out poor Lily. Alright, time goes out. Big double stun, and this time they are able to get the kill out onto Ogle the Great, playing that Nazebo. And they're gonna push. They've got Beetles down here. They've got Chromie. Dark Knight trying to stay tied off, but gets double stunned and followed up by the Silence. Big combos coming up from Red Team. I'm gonna go ahead and give some love to this top lane up here and see how they're doing. Zero Day just chilling in the bush here, letting them go ahead and get a little bit of push, but there's the whip coming out, and they're looking to finish this top tower, but alas, They might be able to get a little bit more push on this bottom lane due to the double mage. Double mage can be quite powerful. Alright. Go ahead and get rid of those talents if everyone in chat is satisfied with that.
The beacons have activated. Control them.
Alright, looking to control point here. Nubrak ease in, and there is the silence combo coming out onto the Murden, and Dark Knight is taken down. Time stop out on the Nazebo. Are they going to look for that kill? There's the body block coming out, and they do manage to secure the kill out onto the Nazebo again. Alright. Big stun coming out, looking for more, but Xenochrist taking a little bit of tower damage there, and so had to back off a bit. But that's okay, they've got Beetles. They can push infinitely here. They've got point down here on bot. No one's been able to channel. Alright. They back off a little bit as they see the Nazebo has come back. Greek a little bit low on mana there. Probably going to tap in a moment. They're going to look to get point back here. Big stun coming out into combo body blocks coming out, but Dart able to briefly get out, but it is not enough for him to escape that deadly combo of the Nubrak triple stuns plus the Stukov puddle. It's a pretty powerful combination. Alright, there's the Sen. They're saying we're going in. There's this combo again, plus the body blocks coming out from the Nubarak. Big combos. I think one of the biggest issues here is they have Vala in the off lane, and they're just not going to be able to push as quickly as Red Team here. I mean, Stukov's using his meaty hands to knock that butt, get stuck in a zombie wall, but is able to walk away. Let's see how they're doing up top here. They've got towers down. They've got a little bit of the fortress down, but not quite half here. Zero Day just playing it cool up here, chilling, gonna get a little bit, wants to get a little bit of that channel, but alas, it's a little bit hard for them. But, are we looking at a camp invade here? It's been sniffed out. Nubrak would ease in, and it's stolen from them. Free camp for Red Team there. Dark Knight taking heavy damage from Chromie W there. And they've managed to secure a camp and the bottom structure here. Alright, sevens are online for Red Team. It looks like we have a rotation coming up here top. Looking perhaps for a kill, but alas, I'm sure it's been called out. This guy in a little bit of trouble manages to vault away, is whipped by the Oriole. And our two offlaners up here, Ariel and Fala, just able to back away safely with their mobility. Alright, they're going to do the same up here. Looks like they're sending homies up top from Blue Team to help stave off this push from Red Team. Alright. Red Team is getting a little bit of a channel here. We see in the mini-map, oh, big combo coming out onto Greek, and he does go down with the Lily. But Red Team able to cap bottom, so they stop that. But they do have a little bit of a challenge. They're going to keep relentlessly pushing. They have time traps. They have beetles to tank for them. This is really difficult, I think, for Blue Team to stave off from that because it's such a big CC chain plus damage coming out. We saw Shadow Droid using the time loop, but alas, they didn't need it for the kill. Who's very confidently stepping forward. Takes half their life, but they're Stukov. They're going to spread their goo around there. They're diving the tower, looking for that kill out onto Lily, and they do manage to secure it. Always a little bit of a gamble when you're looking at the 2-3 with your draft on this map. I think Red Team did a really good job of counter drafting that. But we'll see. Things can change rather quickly once 10s are online. Vala is a scaling hero. Nazebo is a scaling hero. Looks like everyone's going to go to their respective camps. Look at that hog that Vala's riding. Let's go. Style points to Blue Team for that. Alright. 10s are online for Red Team. Let's take a look at these. Oh no. And Nazebo does go down again. That's a little bit hard. There's no escape for poor Nazebo. He's looking for stacks, but it's going to be rather difficult. And he did go push build with the Thing of the Deep at level 1. A little bit scary for them. They have to play it safe until they get to level 10 for blue team. Red team just running amok with them. They're going to take this camp down here too. All right. They do get a full channel. There is half channel for blue up here, plus a camp. What is blue team going to decide to do? Probably they're going to have to defend. Urel's not going to be able to clear everything but here, but maybe they'll get a little structure damage here and live to see another push. But maybe not. We'll see. Big stun and zombie wall coming out, and what a kill onto the Stukov. Dark Knight taking a lot of damage, but is healed up by Ragu on that Oriole. All right. Opie is just coming up to look for a kill with his Cone of Cold, but alas doesn't get it. Wallace bolting to safety from that time loop. Will we see a turnaround now that 10s are online for blue team? They are going to clear this easily. All right. Take a look at some of these picks. Avatar, Crystal Aegis, Cups on the Lily. Let's go.
Is it safe out there now?
All right, red team's gonna pony up over here, looking to get this camp, or maybe they're gonna bait it. Dark Knight looking to see if they can sniff them out, and indeed they are sniffed out. But there's a bolt and a Nubrax comes out. Oh, big push by the Stukov into Dark Knight. There's the time trap. 0 Day in the backline causing so much havoc. There is the time loop coming out. Big hop out. Oh, the Stukov puddle is annihilating them, and there is a whack right into that puddle, and there is all the blood on blue team. Goomba. That's right. Stomp is, assume that's what Freakire's talking about there. What a big engage. I think blue team was looking for a pre-13 fight, but alas, it got turned on their head. Big Stukov puddle there. And great coordination by red team. All right. We're gonna look to get some structure here. They have boss rolling on up here, and they have tier advantage. So let's take a look at those talents again. Chromie not quite done with their Q talents. Numerak looks for an E, but it doesn't quite connect. 0 Day coming in for a flank here. Gives a big hop, looking to see if they can get... Oh, but there's the Numerak. Comes in, and they CC Freakfire over here. Cups are being popped, but alas, there's too much CC for them to live. All right. Paula trying to dodge everything, but there is an elemental coming after them. Ooh, a great try to stop that. Big Stukov damage there. There's the puddle. There's a big hammer coming out by 0 Day on the Urel, and looking for more blood here. Will they be able to defend this? There is the Spirit of Vengeance coming out, but there's Stasis coming up from Shadow Droid there. They still need to clear this. It's almost done. I think they'll be able to live for one more team fight at least.
Blue team's core is under attack.
All right, let's see. Opie goes ahead and caps that top one. Vala stays behind because basically Vala's the offlaner here, looking to kill these catapults. Meanwhile, blue team tentatively is trying to play Ring Around the Rosy so that they don't get super capped here. All right. They don't have 16s yet, so 13s are almost online for blue team. We'll see. Vala's working diligently on getting that experience, and now it's finally come up. They have one more chance to have an even-tiered fight here. Dark Knight is looking for it, calls for help. There's a leap over the wall by 0 Day, looking to get some whack on the backline, but gets whacked by Ragu over there. Dark Knight taking a lot of damage, and there's a Zorb ulti coming out. 2 kills on the side of blue team. And alas, there's going to be the third kill. And 16s are secured for red team. Let's see if they'll be able to... I wonder if they're going to try to go for the end here. 0 days, you can see on the mini-map they're capping the Zerg as a safety measure, but they might try to just get some 4 damage here. And will this be game, or will blue team be able to defend? We'll see. Kings for help are coming out. There's the whip and stun coming out onto the Nubarak. 0 Day has now joined their team as they're getting charged. But, you know, honestly, they can just play chill. This is checkmate, I think, in favor of red team. They're going to get a full Zerg wave here. This will be incredibly difficult for blue team to be able to defend. All right. And very safely, they're looking to cap, and they're going to join their Zerg up here. And they're like, Zerg homies, let's go and finish this game. That's a lot of Zerg for them to clear. I love seeing a Yrel charging around with their magic hammer like that. It's all charged up, ready for a big Q. There's a whack onto the back line. Big damage coming out from Jaina onto Greek Fire there, but able to walk away, popping cups. And there's the ulti coming out blind. Oh, stuck in the zombie wall, but they need to clear these Zergs or else it is game over. But they're choosing to brawl. Google the Gate looking to channel with the Spirit of Vengeance, but alas is whacked away by the Yrel. Big damage coming out, and they do get the kill on the Anubarak, but the core is going down. And GG! Congratulations, Red Team, on securing your first win in this match. What spicy picks for both teams? Let's take a look at that game summary. All right. So it's always a challenge when you're trying to do that 2-3 split. If the team just doesn't let you do it, they don't let you do it. That's what happened in this case, unfortunately. So let me go ahead and update that start slow. Won this map. There we go. But poor Murden, they had such a good CC chain with triple stuns from the Anubarak, plus the slows from the Jaina, and the damage and the Stukov puddle. They've got a lot of value out of that combination, and big body blocks coming out from Anubarak to secure them those kills. So, chat, where do you think we're going to go next with these two teams? Will we see a turnaround? Will we see a game 3? I always hope for a game 3. So, we shall see. Hopefully they will message me and let me know where we're going next. They're probably debriefing to see what they could do for the next game. Reverse stomp or stomp? We shall see. Who knows? But that was a spicy pick with the double heals. Usually you see more of a damage healer coming out when you do that 2-3, or maybe Uther or something like that with CC. Although I suppose Ariel counts as CC with her whipping. I saw some really great whips coming out from Ragu in that game. But alas, 0 Day played that perfectly by just chilling in that off lane, while Vala and Ariel tried to push up top. Just not quite enough push potential with Vala for the top lane. I did have a teammate once long ago who always wanted to play Vala Uther in top lane. I wonder how they'd feel about doing Vala Ariel. Who knows? Alright. Let's take a look at these maps again. Where's my map view? I don't know where we're going yet, but take a look at these bands again. No Volskaya, no BOE. What do you guys think where they're gonna go? Sorry you missed the update, Majesty. But alas, we shall get a game soon enough, hopefully. That was an exciting double mage over there with Big Blizzard on the Jaina. Which is an interesting pick. Usually you see, I guess I could show this to you still. Go ahead and look at the game summary again here. There's a talent that has a cooldown for your Blizzard that usually take, but the big cone was taken at 7. I do believe it is a level 7 talent that synergizes with that particular one, but I mean, it's really hard to escape a giant blizzard. The cast range 75% and the radius by 30. It's pretty big, and if that's your thing is a Nubarak, stuns plus the Stukov puddle, I mean, that's gonna help secure those kills with all of those, all of that damage, and then roots, of course, at level 16. So, but yes, that's the only thing I can see in some of these talents. I don't play Urel, so I don't know if this is a typical build, so if anyone does, let me know. But these all seem pretty normal talents for everybody else here. The double blind, yeah. I think also because it gives you spell power too, so it's even bigger heals when you take that. And Vala, pretty typical. Death Dealer. Usually, yeah, that's pretty normal. Q at 1 and 4, they were looking for a little bit of push with that, perhaps. Interesting pick for a Murden. But we shall see. Hopefully we get a lobby link soon. Alright. Back to the map picks as I try to kill time for everyone. It looks like they do have a lobby, but nobody told me. I see how it is. All right. I do believe. Let's see. We're going to Sky Temple. So the winning team gets to pick whether they want map pick or if they want to have first pick. So we'll see. And it looks like their regular player, Crispy, has joined them. So thank you, Opie, for coming and filling out so that we can make sure we get this second game. But I'm not sure who picked what, because sometimes people prio map pick over hero pick. It just depends on the team's style, so we'll have to see. All right, caster ready for game 2. Xenochrist said that their portrait made them play better. He was brutal on that Anubrak and secured so many picks with his CC combo with his team. So well played for red team over here. What a great combination for getting picks. All right. Looks like teams are sorting out. Hopefully we will get a draft here soon on Sky Temple. Ooh, I wonder if someone's going to play an Abathur on this map, or will we see a similar double mage again from red team? Who knows? Double soakers coming out. Will we see globals? We did see a Falstad ban on the last one. The chatter in the lobby is pretty amusing. I'm not going to repeat what Xenochrist just said because it's a little bit not family friendly over here, but it had to do with Lily and bodies and stuff, so we're just going to leave it. It's not that hot, but I'm not gonna say it, just for safety reasons. Let's see what they're gonna do. Hopefully they're conferring with their homie Crispy, who has come late to this show, and they're now making him have hats so that they get to do the bands for Red Team. Will we see the same bands? Maybe they're gonna just keep getting rid of that Orphea. What else did they ban last game? They banned Orphea. There was a Genji ban. That's what I remember. Oh, Garrosh ban too. Alright, red team is ready. Is blue team ready? We shall see. Alright. I'm also not going to repeat what they said. This is a tawdry chat. Ready. Let's go. Game 2. Let's just say that there's chat about furry going on in here with silliness. These teams are having fun with each other. That's what it's all about. The friendly rivalry going on between NGS teams. All right. You should be getting a draft momentarily, everybody. Bum, bum, bum. Game 2 between Salt Team 6 and Start Slow, then Taper Off. All right. Let's see how Blue Team will change it up for this map. Oh. We no longer have Greek with us. We have Gambit this time for Blue Team. So they must be shuffling people out. Perhaps this time Ragu will play healer again, now that Greek has rotated out of this game. Alright, Brightwing is just gone. They don't want to see it. Brightwing's polys, the global effect, are still really powerful despite all of the nerfs that Blizzard has done to her. No Fruit Fly will be played in this game. Alright. Next ban. Who shall it be? What do you think, Leah? My dog is sitting here and casting with me. She's always at my feet when I'm playing games. And they said, Luke, get out of here with your Stukov. We don't want to see it again. We all died in your puddle, so out of here. Fair enough. Next ban. Shall it be another global? Or a target ban? We shall see. And it is Li Ming. Get out of here, Ming. We don't want to see your Ming balls coming out everywhere. I don't know if you knew this, chat, but I used to play on an NGS team called Deep Fried Ming Balls. That's right. Next ban. Urel, they didn't like being whacked by the space goat in the back line. There were some pretty great flanks coming out from 0 Day on that Urel. And if you're planning to play a squishy backline, it can be very hard to step forward if you're being zoned out by a space goat. It's just not fun. It's just not fun. Alright, first pick Junkrat, and Junkrat was banned last game, so Shadowjoy's like, ha 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 ha, I've got Junkrat now, who's going to be blasting everyone to and fro. But alas, there's the snap pick with the double globals right here with Dahaka and Falstad. Very powerful picks, especially on a bigger map like Sky Temple. Level 20 wind tunnel, it can be a game changer for teams. So very powerful, one of the most powerful ultis in my opinion in the game. And then speaking of really powerful heroes, 0 Day picking up the Hogger over here. Great clear, great damage. And then Lu picking up the Rhaegar. Woof woof, let's go. Puppy comp over there. The only person they're missing for puppy comp is maybe a Greymane, and then they'll have completed the puppy comp from the WoW universe. Alright, they said, get out of here, Xenochrist, with that Anubrak. We do not want your stun combo again. Be gone. Last ban, what shall it be? Perhaps a healer. Think a healer or a tank. What will it be? Team? Chat, what do you think? And it's a Deckard Cain ban. No one wants the old man. Personally, I understand. I think Deckard, I love him. He's my favorite character to play. He's got a stick. He throws pots everywhere. He roots people in triangles. Sometimes he puts them to sleep. There is the Johanna and Anduin pickup. Johanna making it not fun for AA players everywhere with her shield glare. Last 2 picks for red team. And it shall be Murden and Cassia. This makes me so happy to see, because you don't see Cassio played a lot. Not often, at least. And I really, really like Cassia. Will be Q build Cassia. I'm personally a big fan of AA build Cassia, but maybe they want more of that poke. You can poke a lot if you get a lot of Q stacks. We'll see. And will we see a reprise on the Nazebo, or shall it be a different? It will be Genji! Alas, each team did not do one of their last bans. Last game, there was no Junkrat and no Genji, and now we will see them in game 2 here. Sky Temple, let's go. Could be a problem for the Junkrat, but unless the Junkrat can root that Genji, we shall see. But they do have a cleanse now on both sides. Rhaegar pretty much has baseline cleanse and then the cleanse from the Andy pool. We shall see how these teams duke it out. Alright, let's go over to in-game. As they load. Hopefully no one has dial-up and we shall get into this game quickly. You know what? I think nowadays kids don't even know what dial-up is, right? We're all old.
Prepare.
Alright. Dark Knight's playing that Joanna. Ragu playing the Anduin on that Happy Cloud. Ugo the Great on that Hopping Gazelle playing the Genji. We have this guy right here on the Falstad. He's a pirate. Arg. And then we have Gambit playing that Dahaka. Over here, Crispy is playing the Muradin 0 Day attack on that puppy, or I should say Noel Hogger. Lu on the puppy, Rhaegar, and Xenochrist on Cassia. And who am I missing? Shadow Droid playing that Junkrat dude, the most hated character in the Nexus. Or perhaps that's Samurai, I'm not sure. Alright, they're gonna die for the eye here. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. Oh, big spin coming out. It's like blue team is trying to push them off. We have Q build on the foul side, getting double stunned, is able to barrel away. Blue team just kind of getting away. Initial scuffle. And them coming out from Johanna. See, they're gonna beat the rotation here. And moving back. 1 Q stack for the Cassia. Alright. forth here, looking to see who can get ahead on the macro. I'm going to go ahead and give love to these offlaners. Gambit taking a little bit of damage from that Dahaka. He is W build at level 1. Usually you see a race car, but there's some really easy way to clear, especially if you're going to take the PvE talent later. We'll have to see what they're going to do. And both teams bot looking to take their siege giants down here, and they do it relatively quickly, and at the same time, red team beating blue team a little bit at that. Oh, I hear that. Oh, this guy totally... he canceled his fly, I think. Yeah, he did. I heard it starting off. Cassie up here, making sure to get that. But Gambit, sniffing out, does manage to get that kill out onto the Hogger here as they steal. I guess the Cassia being up in top lane was a big tip-off that, hey, they're taking their big camp up here and they're going to look to siege from behind the gates here. This is really big for blue team. Now when they get, if they're able to secure the top temple, they're just going to get so much balance. But they do manage to secure the kill down here. I apologize for missing that action bot lane, but look at the value that they got here. They've almost got this entire fort down here. All right. And Peppy over here making sure they stay up and soak, but they do have a slight level lead. Not huge, but a tiny bit. All right. Great map awareness by blue team here. Looking to take advantage of red team. All right. Red team scuffling around, trying to figure out what they're going to do. They don't see blue on the map except for in the bot. All right. Junkrat setting up his trap so that they can have vision and a way to just get it. Boop themselves away. They start channeling mid-temple here. And they have big camp pushing top for blue team, which is really big. When you have that camping push with it, you're just gonna just finish off that top keep. Meanwhile, blue's looking to, they're 3v4 here, but Gambit coming in the back manages to get a big tongue out onto the Junkrat, but there's a counter kill onto the Genji. Gambit looking a little bit low, is pulled by Ragu, looking to try to get out of that situation. Blind and stunned, and tongue goes out, but they missed. What a fight. 7's online for red team at this point. Meanwhile, Hogger manages to finish the cap there. See if they're going to try to go in. Falstad on bot looking to catch up Soak for their team. Philippines. Alright. We've got Roar from Johanna. Something I don't really see that often. Anti-heal big slows. It's a quest. If you can finish it, it's a big slow. Let me see what it says. Slow 80%. And the slow amount does not decay. Very hard to hit. Might be difficult with this team considering they have Junkrat, but maybe with Hogger in the front line they'll be able to find an opportunity to find use for that. I hear that Falstad flying tap. Looking for the kill out onto Hogger. Barrels in and does manage to secure the kill on the offlaner for red team. Good fly. Alright, but red team is marching down bottom. Shattered Droid using hacks to safely plink at that bottom. There is the Mayhem coming out, does hop to safety. Gambit digs down bottom, looking to get a tongue, does manage to get a tongue out on the Rhaegar. Ooh, the Rhaegar goes in, looking for a kill on loose, and they do manage to secure it. There's the root coming out from Genji. They're going to try to disengage from that. But they have so much mobility on Genji. It's a little bit hard to secure that unless you get super locked down on that. 10s are online for blue team.
Soon they shall find.
There's the light bomb Genji combo coming out, and the tongue follow up by Gambit on that Dahaka. They do secure another kill out onto the poor Junkrat. He's just getting harassed this game. Alright, but 10s are now online for red team. Let's see how that changes the dynamics. We have shield for the Johanna. And we do see that wind tunnel. There is Cassie coming out with the Valkyrie, but it doesn't quite hit. Big Condemned coming out from Dark Knight, looking to see if they can catch anyone. But red team's kind of chilling. And they're going to back off and get ready for that temple. We do have a Haymaker from the Muradin. I'll be interested to see if he'll be able to smash someone in the back line. There's big stunts coming out over the great, but Ragu has managed to pull them to safety. Hogger is unstoppable with that spin. Gambit tries to tongue out, but it does miss. There's the root. Light Bomb goes out. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication for the Light Bomb combo. Big disengage by this guy on Falstad. And each team just kind of scuffling out. More health for red team, but it looks like we've got sippy cups for blue over here, and they're going to start channeling right here. Blue team has to lick their wounds a little bit before they can come in again, and they've decided to just leave this. As I see the mini-map, they're spreading out, looking for value in other places on the map as red team secures this bottom temple. Probably looking for a tier advantage as they take care of some things on the map. You see Falstad on the mini-map looking to get some soak there. We've got blue team taking this camp, and Dahaka being Dahaka and just getting soaked mid. But red team did manage to secure that, and we'll see what they're going to be able to do. Maybe blue team wants to look for 13 first and try to get that tier fight. And it looks like there's going to be a check on this camp, but this time Hogger has a homie. It might be a little bit too late. They thought about it. They thought about doing that invade there. Falstad, it's like, I'm just going to clear this. And red team's going to look for value. They do have 13s first, but red team is not far behind. Yeah, light bomb combo was stopped from Junkrat trap. Absolutely. Gambit just waiting patiently in this push up here. Don't be suspicious. I'm not in here. I'm Dahaka. And he gets the tongue out and the stun, but alas, he is underneath that camp. Gets a Q out. Hogger's like, get back here, but he's Dahaka. He's walking away. Meanwhile, mid is looking awfully low. There's a hop and a Q coming out from Crispy, but this guy manages to barrel away, but they do secure the fort. Yes, speaking of Junkrat, let's see what they have. Chattering Teeth. We see that Mayhem at 7. And bombs away. Alright, let's see what they're gonna do. They're gonna maybe look for a bait over here by boss. We've got Junkrat traps set up over here. They're gonna scuffle around, but blue team has pressure up top with that camp. There's the root coming out and scouts out the Johanna. Danger is pinged. Dahaka is showing top, but you know what Dahaka has? He has dig. And he could very easily come down here, but he's probably just gonna look to secure that top temple. Meanwhile, red team looking at bot temple. They're probably just gonna trade here. We'll see. Hogger is still showing top, looking to clear out that pressure. So with Hogger being top, Dahaka could come down bot. There is the engage and light bomb coming out. A little bit of a miss and big protect and ulti coming out from the Rhaegar. And the Valkyrie once again misses. But Dark Knight at half health. And the 5v4 bears no fruit. Meanwhile, we have Hogger up top securing the last shots there as blue team desperately tries to get shots down here. Big Tongue coming out onto the Cassia. We're looking for a kill, protect, and followed up by the Gus onto the point. Dragoon a little bit of trouble there. So, but they managed to get the kill onto the Rhaegar. Big punchback by Crispy. There's the blind, and they secure the kill out onto the Merchant. They're looking for more blood. Will they get more blood? And alas, they do get more blood for blue team. And I could hear it in comms practically. They're like, guys, we gotta get the boss now. While Johanna secures bottom. Well played by blue team. Dark Knight a little bit low here, but he's Johanna and he still has Ragu on that Anduin, healing him up. Alright, they're gonna go ahead and steal things because they still have some time left on the death timers there before everybody is up on red team. They've got boss and a siege camp. Looks like this guy is gonna go ahead and fake Hearth back. He's like, nah, they're busy trying to clear boss and the bottom camp. We can go ahead and push the structure, which I think is an extremely smart move for blue team. They're gonna get as much value as possible. Alright, they managed to do that. What will blue team do next? Are they looking to steal up here? Might be a little bit tense here because the 16s are online. Go ahead and show those talents in case everyone wants to see that. Nah, they're gonna play it safe. I mean, all 5 are here on red team. No need to invade. They're gonna clean up their lanes. This is a much closer game than the last one. Love to see it. Hope we get a 3rd game. I'm not saying that in lieu of a particular team winning. I'm just saying it because as a caster, I like to see these bloody brawls. Alright. Everyone playing it safe. What will they do next? Everyone just... I know this is the boring part of the map. We see people just cleaning up lanes, waiting for the next engage. We shall see. But that's the power of Dahaka, right? While they scout out the Rhaegar in the bush there, Rhaegar readjusts. Meanwhile, we see the red team spread out quite a bit. Bottom side of the map. So now it's like we've got to find where everybody is on the map. Each team looking for what engage they can get here.
Guardians.
Dahaka not quite with them. Red team bullying them off until they're on the clear to be 5v5. Right now they're 4v5 over here. Dahaka manages to go in, gets blind. There's the stun coming out. Big damage. Hogger has to use their ulti to volt away. Shadow Droid right in the middle gets taken out by the Genji. Oh, and there's the counter kill out onto the Genji. There's the wind tunnel coming out. Ragu in a lot of trouble. And this is turning out to be a fight in favor for red team here as they get 3 kills. All right. So red team wins this fight. We're still a little bit ahead, but hopefully once they get 20, they'll have wind tunnel, so it could turn in their favor. So I'm wondering if blue team's gonna kind of play it cool here so that they can get to that 20 first, because that wind tunnel is going to be super important for the next team fight. All right, it looks like they're gonna secure the first. I really thought they would secure the first keep. It's like an auto attack away from being done. I can hear red team being like, hit it once. Oh, and almost gets a pick out onto Falstad. There is the Hogger catapulting in, and they managed to protect this keep. Or fort, I should say. Sorry, keep. Apparently I cannot speak tonight. Forgive me, my lords. Alright. Red team is just gonna back up. They realize 20s are already online. Let's take a look at what they've picked. We have level? Oh, we have big cannonballs from the Junkrat, which I think is interesting. I think level 20 Riptire is ridiculous. If you get resets on it, it's quite ridiculous of an ulti. But wind tunnel Reflect, Light Bomb upgrade. You see the kind of tanky ult from Gambit right there. Valkyrie upgrade is also really OP in my opinion. Let's see. They're blinded for 5 seconds. Damage silences and roots them for 3 seconds. So it's a really great ult. Alright, blue team cleaning out their lanes, waiting for the next engage. Alright. Red team setting up early. They've got the eye. Crispy is gonna probably post up in this bush and wait for an engage. Everyone's like, shh, don't tell them where we are. This really will come down to which team has a better engage. Boss is on the map here, but temples are up now, so let's see what they're gonna do. Blue team is looking for it. There's the Riptire coming out, takes a bit of damage from this guy. There's the Light Bomb combo coming out, does manage to get that stun. Protect is pretty good, and there's a pretty big ulti coming out from the Rhaegar, but it is not enough. There is the Valkyrie in the backline, managing to take them down, and red team living through that. And uh-oh, Dahaka stuck in the back over here will be taken down. What a team fight for a red team. There is 0 days like, you're not getting out of here, Dark. I'm Hogger, but he's gonna grant a momentary amnesty there as they go for this boss take to look to secure an open lane and bot lane. See the Hogger spin, let's go. No Hogger spin. He's like, guys, you got this. I'm gonna go get mid temple, Cassie on bot temple. Alright. This is gonna be, I think they have one more team fight before this game is over with. We'll see if the blue team will be able to find the combo that they need, because they are momentarily up. Just in a few moments. 12 seconds, 10 seconds on the Haka right here. They do have to clear boss, and they are getting shots right now. So that big beetle bottom is marching down there, and red team is moving in as their core has lost their big condemn coming out. There is a light bomb coming out, but Ancestral is popped and they're back to full health, and I don't think they're going to be able to do that. There is the wind tunnel coming out, but it is too late. GG, and this goes to red team. Start slow, then taper off for 2-0 series. For a second there, I thought we were going to have another game. Let me go ahead and go to the game summary here. And update the score. All right, I'm going to see if anybody wants to go to for a maybe they want to join me in one of the lobbies. Message one of them and see if they want to do an interview. Let's see, Whisper. Let's see, interview. Looks like they're immediately preparing for for Storm League. Maybe they're like, we gotta play more tonight. But well played, both teams. Lots of damage coming out from Falstad here. Junkrat, 57. That's okay. Well done. I don't typically see that build, but it was obviously very effective. So good job. Just waiting to see if anyone will hop in, but if not, I'm gonna go find someone to raid. Thank you everybody for coming tonight and watching these teams played. GG.
Already here.
Yeah, you're here. Welcome. Congratulations.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much for casting us. That was a fun 2-0.
Yeah. So you're Lou, right?
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. You're Stukov that first game. They did not like standing in those corridors. So well played, sir. Well played. So
Yeah, my team likes to pull that out, much to my chagrin. But
yeah, you guys and the body blocking from Xenochrist, like you guys locked them down in that first game with that combo and the double mage. Can you tell me what you were thinking with the double mage pick for that map on Braxis?
yeah, um, uh, I think we were just looking at our roster, and they were definitely aware of the heroes we like to play. So we decided just to go for picks that we were comfortable with rather than really thinking too hard about the characters themselves.
Yeah, and who plays Orphea on your team that got that ban?
That would be Shadow Druid.
Awesome. Yeah, Orphea
Mhm.
is just a monster when she's online, especially with a great CC tank like a Nubarak. You just murder people immediately, but well played, and I liked the double mage pick. It really helped you guys push because you were able to, hands down, just knowing from that draft, you'd be able to outpush a Vala and an Oriole in top lane. So well
Yeah, we
played, sir.
really identified we really needed to make something happen there because I think we've been in that position before where they do something funny like a healer DPS top, and I think we are a little bit more aware of what to do in that situation. So we were just able. I think the biggest thing is we were able to take advantage of recognizing that and making an adjustment. I think obviously it paid off pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. You guys read that the room, I guess you could say, or the lobby well with that pick. So nicely done. Tell me about your second game. What were you guys thinking with your draft? I did like your draft, by the way.
Yeah, I'm actually not the drafter. I'm sort of the anti-drafter.
I see.
Um,
What does that mean, anti-drafter? Explain,
that
sir.
that I go AFK during the draft and I lock in whatever I hear them tell me to play.
Oh, I see.
Um,
That has to be
but
a
I
good comfort for you, though. I totally understand that.
well, it really stings because I'm the highest rated for Storm League, so I have to be the one banning, and I really don't want to do that. So my team knows very much that I might be AFK during the draft, and they like to yell at me. But for that draft specifically, I think we were just looking at what they wanted to play. We have a couple people who like to scout. So I heard some names being thrown around and some picks, and they were deciding what the first pick. And this person wasn't playing in that roster that they had for that match, and so we should ban this. So it was mainly about denies. I think we were talking about Stukov at one point. The Brightwing ban came out.
Yeah.
That was mostly what was going on during that draft. And in the end, I think we again picked heroes we were comfortable with, but tried to exploit those deny picks as well.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw Genji and Junkrat coming out, which were both banned in the previous game. So, well played for you guys. You guys got lucky on one of them because they did miscommunicate, I think, in one of those fights, a Genji Light Bomb combo. So, but you guys reaped the benefits from it and taking advantage.
Yeah, I think
of
there was
that.
one where a bomb came out, but no movement ability, so
Yeah.
it kind of didn't hit anybody.
Yeah, I think it was a
Yeah.
Junkrat trap that denied that in that
Ah,
case. At least that's
yeah.
what
Overwatch
Bulbator.
versus Overwatch. That's what I really
Yeah.
like to see in this game.
Do you have any shout outs you'd like to give?
Shout out to Crispy, who he's our newest member. He decided not to get on at the right time, so we had like a 15-minute delay. So shout outs to him. But he did show up, so that was good. Shout out to Bob, I should say, because at one point he was needing to fill for somebody else, Xeno, but he got on, and so we told him to stand down. And then like 10 minutes later, we said, no, actually, we really need you. So
Well,
he jumped in at the last second. So definitely, we rely on our sub there quite, maybe too often. But yeah, shout out to him.
yeah, okay, yeah. I have to say thank you to Opie because we wouldn't have a game without you. So, yay!
Yeah,
All
yeah. And
right.
thanks to the enemy team. We had to wait a long time for that sub to come in, and thanks to them for letting us wait that long.
Yeah, they're great guys. I love NGS and how friendly everybody is with each other. So yeah, great
Yep.
series. Thank you for playing tonight. And
Yeah.
I gotta get going because I'm old and I have to get out of here. So
Yeah.
GG's, well played, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for casting, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, night. All right, everybody. So that's the end of our series. I'm going to look for a channel to raid to see who else is playing tonight. Heroes of the Storm. I thought there was a couple other games going on, but they might have all been around the same time. Let's see. Search heroes. Storm. Let's see. Slinkmeister. Ah. We'll go ahead and send this over to, this lovely person. So everyone have a good night. Thank you so much for joining me, and